Hello everybody. I want to do a video on being a black female in America, because I know CNN is having a special on being black in America, and I watched the first part yesterday, which was women and children, and they showed some startling statistics, ones that I'm very familiar with because I am one of the statistics. I'm a single black woman, never been married, and I found it interesting. They said about 43% of black women have never been married, and 48% of black men have never been married, and I thought that was very significant. I'm just curious as to why. Now, I know the reasons why I'm still single. One of the reasons that I may still be single is because I do have a child, but in my eyes, it's just one child. It's not like it would be a huge obstacle, because there are so many families that the people already have kids, especially with black families. There are a lot of step parents out there. So, but on the flip side, I own my own home. I just got my credit report, just checked my credit report. I'm in the 91st percentile. I have excellent credit, and I have my own car. I have a job. I work full time, so I can cook a little bit. I'm a good person. I'm college educated. So basically, I have myself together. I pay my own bills. And you would think that it wouldn't be hard to find a man with those same things, having their own home, their own car, having a college degree, having a decent career at this point in their 30s. But it's very hard to find. And it's also what I found hard to find, a black man who was raised with his father in the home. I've never dated a single black man that's ever been raised in a home with their father. Not one. And I've dated several guys. And it's very unfortunate. And I come from a two-parent home. My parents are still married. So I really would like a man who was raised in a two-parent home, because he knows how to be a father, hopefully. And he knows what it is to be a man and take care of his family. But I think that's part of the problem with in some of my relationships. The men didn't come from two-parent homes, so they had no idea how the relationship dynamic worked, and they failed at it miserably. So that's my problem. I think that's part of the problem with the black community, is men coming from single-parent homes and not necessarily knowing how to navigate a relationship and family and being fathers to kids, because they didn't have a father. So, but I really want to also find out why it is the men that want to get married. And they did a special also talking to men, and a lot of men were saying that they were self-sufficient. They had careers, they had homes, they had cars, and then there are tons of single women out there willing to just throw themselves at them. Why would you just settle for just one if you can have 5 or 10? You know, why would you want to be tied down to one and have to go home to your wife and pay all the bills and all this, when you can be single, no responsibility, no kids, do your own thing? But I think that marriage is definitely important to the black community as far as fostering family and having fathers there for kids, also for building wealth. We all know it's a lot less expensive for two people to be paying bills than just one. And that's how black families in the past created wealth, or were able to sustain their lifestyles, because there were two of them. And nowadays, I'm sure black couples, both of them have jobs, versus, a lot of white families, the male works and the female stays at home, but the male usually makes over $50,000 a year and is able to sustain a home. But in the black community, we make significantly less than whites most times. So you can't sustain a home off of one income in most families. Now, don't quote me on that, but that's just my reality and what I see. So the question is, how are we going to come together? How are single black women and single black men going to kind of come together? Because it looks like white people have it down. You get married, you have the kids, you save your money, you send the kids off to college, and it trickles on down. When they die, they have wills, they leave their children trust funds and all this other stuff. And we die, people are fighting over stuff that's in the house because the person who died didn't leave a will. 9 times out of 10 they didn't have any insurance, and if they did, it's barely enough to cover the funeral costs, or the insurance has lapsed. We got to get together as a community, and we can't blame all this on slavery. Slavery had a lot to do with it, but a lot is also has to do with our ignorance or absence of information on estate planning, as well as education. It's saving. I think a lot of black people also want instant gratification. It's like we want a business, but we don't want to be there to manage it. We want to have the business and jet. But you can't do that. You have to be hands-on. I know this because I'm here at my father's business, and if he weren't here, it probably would go down the tubes. I mean, I'm here, but even if I weren't here, it wouldn't probably be doing as well as it is today. Because no one is going to care about your business as much as you do. And they're not going to put 110% in it like you do. And it takes a lot of time. You got to reinvest. I mean, the whole nine. So I can go on and on, but I'm not. I just want to put it out there and just ask, how do we come together? How do we get black men and black women to come together and be as cohesive as we once were, even 50 years ago? Any suggestions? Alright, you guys. I'll be looking forward to your responses, and I'll see you again soon. Bye.